I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I picked up 2 more backups of the Wet n Wild eyeliners, liquid eyeliners from the new Disney Villains collection. So they have displays out in Walmart stores now, but I love everything about these liners. The formulation, these 2 particular colors are blackened colored liners, which are my favorite in terms of colors. So I'm wearing the blue one, which is called Queen of Mean, on today, and it's just the prettiest rich dark black navy with sparkles in it. I just love it. So I had hauled a few of these last video because I did get some backups in that one, but I love them so much I grabbed another one of each shade again, and I really wish that Wet n Wild would add this particular liner style to their normal collection. Like, again, the formulation, the way that the liquid liners dispense with the brush and the inkwell, it's just so good. They last really well. I just can't say enough good things about them, so that's why I bought backups, more backups. So this is the color that I'm wearing today, and what I say it was called the Queen of Mean? Yeah, Queen of Mean, right there. And then the other one is such a pretty deep black and red, and this one is called Speed Demon, and a nice amount of product comes out on the brush, and you can see that the brush itself is quite thin as well, which is, again, this is my favorite style. So I got 2 more backups of these 2 shades. I love them. I was also able to get my hands on the other eyeshadow palette. So this one is called Beautiful Destroyer. It is a 16 pan eyeshadow palette, and I had hauled the Unleashed one last week, and there are swatches in last week's video of this one. But the formulation of these eyeshadows are some of the nicest that I have tried from Wet n Wild in a while. They're just very nice. I hope they kind of stick to it. There are, I believe, 3 pressed glitters in the Beautiful Destroyer palette, and there aren't any of those in the Unleashed palette. I've worn this a few times, and again, I really like the formulation of these shadows. So you've got this shade, and this shade that are pressed glitters. However, they've got a really good binder to them, and there's a bit of pigmentation to those shades as well. So I just use a flat shader, and I pack them on the lid directly over primer, the concealer primer that I use, and they adhere really well. They have nice shine to them, and I don't get any fallout throughout the day. And those are my favorite types, obviously, for obvious reasons, right? Pressed glitter formulations. ColourPop's pressed glitters are also really nice, kind of similar to these, I guess, in a way, but the glitters in them are very fine. So I don't mind that they're in there, and I am able to make this a cohesive palette as well, and I like the color story of this one too. And then again, you can see the packaging there. So that's one of the pressed glitters. You can see how pretty and shiny it is. And then these next ones. And then these guys. So that is one of those pressed glitter shades, and you can see it's got that pigmentation to it, you know. And then this bottom row. So fun color story, and again, I do like the looks that have come out of here, and then you can see the dry down of the liners too. So that is the Wet n Wild Beautiful Destroyer palette, and then I'll show it next to, for what it's worth, the Unleashed palette opened up so you can just see all of the colors too, since I've got them both now. There they are. I also placed an order on the Nordstrom website for one of the new Dolce & Gabbana Ever Icon eyeshadow palettes. There are 3 different color stories that came out, or 3 different palettes, and it says on the box here 93% agree eyeshadows have no fallout, and I can actually attest to that. Like, every time I've used this, I don't have any fallout on my face, which is awesome. So this is the eyeshadow palette I've got on my eyes today. It's 03 Chrome Star. It says 10-hour multi-finish day to night eyeshadows, made in Italy, 6.5 grams or 0.22 ounces of product. So this is the box packaging right here. And then the actual packaging is awesome. It's got a nice weight to it. It is a plastic packaging, but it's, again, it's nicely weighted. I think that if they would have switched up maybe the colors of these, like say this was like a rose gold and like a gold and like a silver or something, I'd be more prone to wanting all three of them, but the packaging is the same on all three, and this is the color story that spoke to me the most. So I think I'm just going to get the one, but the eyeshadow formula on these is just stunning. So this is what I've got on my eyes today. I've worn every single shade in this palette a few times so far, and it's just beautiful. It is such a beautiful eyeshadow palette. They blend out so effortlessly. Everything in here is just really, really cohesive. There are two matte shades, which are these two right here, and using one of the shimmers underneath the brow with those two, this in the crease and then blending out with that kind of taupey brown shade, it just works out really, really nice. So let me swatch these two mattes like this, and then we'll do this guy, this guy, and then I'll do those two lighter shades. But just a stunning formula on this. I am tempted, not gonna lie. I am tempted. I grabbed a little bit more of the black because I was a little stingy with that one. I am tempted again to get one more of them. There's like a kind of a rosy kind of colored one. They're just really nice eyeshadows. So let me grab a little bit more of this guy right here. One's just a little bit warmer and one's a little bit cooler. These really shiny, shiny metallic shades. They're so pretty. So this one right here has got a translucent kind of base to it, where this one is kind of more in line with these two metallic shades. It picks up really nice on a brush, and sometimes I can find that shades like this get really hard pan. This one, I have no issues with it. And it's what I've got. This one right here is what I've got on the inner part of my lid, and I've got this one underneath the brow. And I don't really think that the swatch of this center shade, that this does it justice for what it looks like on the eyes, because again, that is that sparkle that you see on the inner portion of my eye is this shade right there. But I just really, really like this palette. I like the packaging. It is, you know, larger component and stuff like that, but it's nicely weighted. It's just very, very pretty. And again, the shadows are great, great quality. So that guy there is the Ever Icon Eye Palette from Dolce Gabbana, and this is in 03 Chrome Star right there. And then I missed the initial launch of the Hourglass Horse palette that came out on Sephora. So I got FOMO and I ordered it off of the Hourglass website when they were available on there, where you can customize them. So there are 3 other palettes, which I'm going to end up getting all 3. I love the artwork on these, and I also really like these palettes. Before I actually got this one in the mail, I had started to use the ones that I already have in my collection. I was like, gosh, I forgot just how nice these were. I think I used every single one for, I think, 6 days straight, a different one every single day, because I think I have 6 of the ones with the fun print on them. The ambient lighting formula from Hourglass is just really, really great. I used to use Ethereal Light in the ambient lighting powder as a finishing powder all over the face, much like I do the Guerlain Meteorites. It was my go-to, and I've been through like 3 or 4 full sizes of those. But the formulation again of the ambient lighting palettes is really, really great. So I got the FOMO and I ordered this one off the Hourglass website. I picked the darkest 6 pan, I think it's number 3, and I put it in this palette. So yeah, I was kicking myself because the one on Sephora is a different color story than the ones on the Hourglass website, and you can't get that one on the Hourglass website, and there are 4 palettes. So 2 things are going to happen because I do want the other 3 shades. Either I'm going to duplicate this color story somewhere, or the one on Sephora is going to come back in stock, the one with the horse print, because that's a limited edition to Sephora color story in the horse palette. And I'll buy that one, and then Mom will get this one so that I don't have like duplicates, because she really wants a horse palette as well. We race horses, I ride horses. Horses are my jam. Okay, so I was like, I must have this. I actually wouldn't even be mad, I guess, if I do have 2 of these horse palettes in my collection. Anyway, this is the third color story. This is the box packaging right here. There's 0.04 ounces times 6 shades, or 1.5 grams each, again times 6, and this guy here is made in Italy. So here is the actual packaging. I do have plastic on mine. I'm quite hesitant to take it off. I don't want it to get scratched. This is a tin. If you take something sharp against it, it will scratch. So I'm just gonna go like that, and then I'm gonna put the plastic back on, and we'll see when I get another one, because I have a feeling I'm probably gonna duplicate this. I do want the other 3. There's a deer, a swan, and a fox, and those look beautiful as well. So this is the 3 color story, or the darkest one, and everything in here is bronzer or blush for me. This is the highlight shade, and it's obviously too dark for my skin tone, but I do like to mix it in with the blushes or even the bronze shades to add a little bit of shimmer to them, and it works out great like that. I've got a mixture of these 2 shades to bronze contour my face, and I do have the CL number 2 stick underneath it, so I just kind of shaped my face up a little bit more with these 2, and then I've got a mixture of these 2 shades, primarily probably 2 parts to 1 part of the highlighter, for blush on my face. And again, same great Hourglass quality in their ambient lighting formula range. I feel like lately I've been missing launches because I'm so busy, and it's kind of making me frustrated. But hopefully Sephora gets that 1 palette back in stock, and then I have 1 of each one, and Mom can get this one. And then these 2 shades. So those are the 6 right there in the number 3 palette. I can't remember the casing that this one comes in, so I just looked it up on the Hourglass website, and it is the Fox one originally. So here's the swan one, here's the deer, and then if you hit custom palettes on the Hourglass website, then you will see the option to select the horse packaging and then pick your color story. So yeah, I got the number 3. So that's kind of how I built it right there on the Hourglass website, just to show you guys. But love it, love the packaging, love the products, super, super beautiful. So that is the Lighting Edit Unlocked. I just call it number 3. I can't necessarily call it the horse palette because it's a custom one. And that's everything that I got and that I purchased this week. I did place a nice size Sephora order, but it's just not here yet. Again, the shipping thing has just been super slow with like all shipping companies. I don't know what's up with it, but I think it's supposed to be here on Monday. And it's shipping USPS, which normally Sephora used to ship UPS, and then I was getting some FedEx, and now it's USPS. Very interesting. Anyway, it's not here yet, but I do have some really lovely PR packages to share with you guys. Sonia G recently restocked a bunch of her brushes on Beautylish and also came out with some new brushes. So they actually sent me over their 3 new eye brushes. There was another brush, the T4 brush, as well, but it sold out before I was able to purchase it online, so I'll try to hit it at the next restock. But she came out with, again, 3 new brushes. We've got the T7, T8, and T9. Let me get them in a row here. Which I use Sonia G brushes, both face and eye brushes, every single day. They're some of my absolute favorite brushes that I own. So these are the new ones right here. This is the T7, T8, and T9, and these are the only 3 brushes that I use today for my eye look. And the 2 other brushes that I have been using every single day prior to me getting these ones right here are actually just smaller versions of the 2 new ones. So we have got the I just dropped one, the T3 and the T2. So here is T3 and T2, and then here is T7 and T8. So you can see that the 7 and 8 are just a little bit larger versions of T2 and T3. So the T7 and the T2 are flat shader brushes, and they're super, super soft. You can also use them to pack on the lid. And then the T3 and the T8 are blend brushes. So I actually use this for highlight underneath my brow, the T8, and I also used it to pack on the shimmer on my lids as well, which is I've used both of the T2 and T3 brushes the same way that I use these ones. I just found that it was actually, at least with the palette that I used, the Dolce & Gabbana one, using the larger brushes kind of yielded a quicker blend and quicker look. Granted, I wasn't getting too intricate, you know, because the color stories vary in the same realm with that kind of cool nude type of tones. But it just worked out really great. The new 7, 8, and 9 are the only brushes that I use today. So I actually use this little guy to really get in the corners, because sometimes, because of, again, my hooded lids, I can miss color sometimes on these outer portions. And that's how I use this one too. But this is a little, it's a flat pencil style, which is a little bit larger than a pencil. I feel like you can like get real intricate placement of color with this, as well as really intricate blending if you have those kind of harder to blend like little areas because of skin like myself. So I just really like them. I'm half tempted to order another set of all 3 of these, but I did want to show next to the 2 that it's funny because I've been using these 2 brushes daily for some weeks now. Just show them all together so you can see that. Here, let's get them side by side. That might be a little bit easier. So here's T2 and here is T7 right there. And then here is T3 and here is T8. And these ones are circular all the way around with a little bit of a point at the end. And then these ones are pinched. And then you got your little T9 right there. So just a huge thank you to Sonia G and the Beautylish team for sending me over the latest launch in the Traditions Eye series. I do want to pick up that again, that I believe is the T4 brush, which I think you can use it like as a face brush, like for precision like highlighting, and then also like washes of color all over the lid. So I can't wait to get that one as well. I love Sonia G brushes. From Krice, they came out with some new mascara. It says buildable volume plus jaw-dropping length without clumps, lightweight long wear formula that won't flake, precision fiber brush grabs every lash from root to tip. I can attest to that. I really feel like that brush on this mascara does that. So it's the new Hyper Lash Mascara, and they came out with 3 colors: black, a burgundy, and a brown. And then there's the, I think I went backwards, and then there's the waterproof version in black. So I have used these 3, but I haven't used the waterproof one because I don't really wear waterproof mascara. It's so hard to get off sometimes that I just get really frustrated. However, my mom likes to wear waterproof mascara, so she's gonna get that one. So these are made in Italy, and there's a total 0.37 fluid ounces or 11 milliliters in each one of these. It says vegan on the packaging. So I've actually got the Electric Black 010 on today. And this brush really individualizes lashes and puts the finest coat of mascara on it. If you like a light coating of mascara, just like a one coat with a nice tint on your lashes, this is beautiful like that. It separates every single lash and puts the finest coat on them. So what I like to do is after that initial coat, I like to let it fully dry, and then I go in with a second coat, and it just gives a nice amount of length and volume and separation. So this again is the mascara that I've got on today, and that's how I've really been enjoying using this formula. I was a little worried that it might smudge on me and stuff, but I have had no issues. I think I might have had one flake one day with it. So far so good on the formula in terms of flaking and smudging. And I mean, I've been outside sweating. So I have put this one through the test in terms of the smudging, humidity, sweat situation, and it was great. So that's good. But this is the brush. It's a larger kind of natural bristle kind of style. And again, like that first initial coat puts the finest amount of mascara on your lashes and separates each and every single one of them. So when I first did it, you know, because I like a lot of volume and length and stuff in my mascara, or my lashes I should say, I went in to build it up while the other coat wasn't quite dry yet. And since it's not dry yet, the brush, because it picks up so well and like defines, it was kind of just continuing to make the lashes look the same as the first coat. So then I let it fully dry, and then I went in with that second coat, and there's where like the magic happened with the mascara. So that's kind of how I've been using it. I really like the formula. Again, this is the 010 black, electric black version. And then we have got the 020 Speedy Brown, and this is like legit brown too. And when you use both this one and the burgundy one, you can see it on your lashes. I've tried a few mascaras where they're like brown or burgundy and they deepen so much that you can barely tell, which I do like that in mascaras too, but these ones you can really see the color on them. So this is Speedy Brown. right there. And then the 030 Burgundy Bliss. And this is quite burgundy too. I actually wore this with that, is it Speed Demon? Liner from Wet n Wild. Very cool. And I like to take colored mascaras too when I wear them on my natural lashes and then I put falsies on. I like to coat the falsies with the colored mascara too, and then you have like a colored liner. It just looks super, super cool. I've got several colored mascaras that I do that with, but those are the burgundy and the brown. And again, these are the new Krice Hyper Lash mascaras. They're $8 too, so super affordable. And a huge thank you to Krice for sending these guys over as well. And then I'm always happy to receive a box full of toner from Pixi. So they sent over their mid-size of the Glow Tonic, which I use every single day, morning and night. I use the Pixi Glow Tonic. And then the Antioxidant Tonic, which is one, so like sometimes I'll use the Glow Tonic, and this is typically in the winter time, and I want a little extra more like essence-y to it, so I'll tone with the Glow Tonic because I really like what the glycolic acid in the Glow Tonic does to my skin, but I want a little extra hydration, so I'll tone with that, and then I'll put the antioxidant toner in the palm of my hands, rub it together, and then I pat my face with it, and then I go in with my treatment products. Works out really nice like that because that antioxidant tonic has a nice bit of hydration to it. And then there's also the vitamin C tonic, which I don't use the vitamin C tonic quite as much as I use these two right here, and especially the original Glow Tonic. I do love me some Pixi toners, that is for sure. Again, this guy is a daily for me, and a huge thank you to Pixi for sending those guys over as well. Another exciting skincare product is from Paula's Choice. They sent over their new 7% Ecton Booster. So it says 7 barrier benefits in 1 drop. Maximum moisture, which I definitely need. Visibly repair skin barrier. Soothe, smooth, improve visible redness, which I also have. Strengthen, and visibly boost elasticity. So all the things. It's got all the good things in terms of the claims on here. And then it's got 7% Ecton, which strengthens and visibly repairs skin, 7 times hyaluronic acid, glycogen, which supports barrier and skin health. So those two new components, that Ecton and glycogen, really like intrigue me. So I've been using this for the past week, because I think I got it about a week ago, and I've been using it every single day, and I really like this. I've used it a few times in the morning, but I primarily use it at night. And there's just something about when I put it on that my skin just feels like, I don't know, juicy or something. I've really been enjoying it. So this is a 0.67 fluid ounce pipette glass bottle that it comes in. And I believe all Paula's Choice are made in the US. Yes, it is made in the USA. So that is the box packaging. And again, this is a new product from Paula's Choice. And I've really been enjoying this guy. Let me show you kind of what it looks like. It's got this milky kind of a texture to it. It's very nice. It feels super, super nice on the skin. And I definitely feel like I have the skin that needs the claims from this guy too. So huge thank you to Paula's Choice as well for sending this guy over. Again, it's the 7% Ecton Booster with glycogen right there. And then lastly, I got a PR package from Josie Maran, and they re-upped me on some products. So they sent over the Fragrance Mist, which these are a newer product to Josie Maran, and they sent over the Tangerine, I believe. Yeah, Topless Tangerine, which this one and the Vanilla. Oh gosh. It was just at the tip of my tongue, and I forgot the actual name, that vanilla one. Just spritzing these on kind of like a body mist before bedtime is just great. So they sent over the Topless Tangerine, and these are a, let me tell you, 3.38 fluid ounce, 100 milliliter spritzer bottle, and they are made in the USA. And you can also spritz these in your hair as well as on your body. They also sent over the Whipped Argan Oil Body Butter, and this is always nude, so it's the unscented version. So this is a 6 fluid ounce, 177 milliliter tub, and I use these a lot fall, winter into spring, every single night on the back of my hands because they get so dry. And then recently, like last winter, I was getting dryness up my arms too, so I've moved up my arms. I'm one of those people who don't like the feeling, especially when I go to bed, of like product on my legs or the palms of my hands. I'm that person. So that's typically where I like to put products like this. And I do, again, use this on the back of my hands primarily. Oh, I just opened it and the top was, I just wanted to smell it to see if it had, like, it actually, I don't know, it just smells kind of like a natural ingredient type of scent. And then I get it on my nose. Okay, we'll put this back in here. So that's the Whipped Argan Oil Body Butter in Always Nude. So I got a little bit right there. And the skin just soaks it up. It's not like a thick body butter. It absorbs really, really well. So you can kind of see what it made my skin look like on the back of my hands, which back of my hands does need it. They are kind of dry. And then they also sent over an empty bottle to use with the refill of the argan oil. And I use this a lot of different ways because it's 100% pure argan oil. I use it in my hair. I'll use it on my skin sometimes. Like I'll get some dryness around the cracks of my nose. So after my whole skincare routine at nighttime, sometimes I'll just take the pure oil and put it in those areas, or around my labret ring too gets kind of dry, probably from the retinol. But I use it like that. And then also I've been using it in mineral sunscreens because Josie Maran discontinued the SPF 47, which I had used for years, right? So I like mineral sunscreens because my skin is quite sensitive. The CeraVe ones have been my go-to favorites. And then around my eyes especially, I take and dab some sunscreen underneath my eyes or around my eye area. And putting in just a dash of this argan oil just really helps with the slip component to put makeup over the top of it and just how it feels on the skin. So I use this product like that as well. So this is empty because you've got the little refill, and there is a funnel on the top there. As you can see, it's trying to get the packaging off, but you unscrew the top of the tin and then you put the funnel upside down and funnel the oil into the bottle. That's how that works. But it's a 90 milliliter 3 fluid ounce refill tin, and I believe this comes in a larger size as well. So I actually found a really good massage lady. I've been too busy to go to her since this past winter because I've got all kinds of issues. Like I have a lot of pain issues. Anyway, I just love going to her, and she uses an oil, but it's like a I believe it's a, what is it, mineral oil, and my skin breaks out from it. So I actually want to take one of these the next time that I go and ask her if she can just use the argan oil instead of the mineral oil on, like it's the Johnson & Johnson baby oil or something, which is primarily mineral oil based, and I'm sure she'll have no problem with it. Then I won't kind of face the breakout issues that I get with mineral oil, like all over my body. So anyway, huge thank you to Josie Maran for sending over that package as well. And that is actually everything that I have today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.